Hey class, welcome to another session here. We are on week 3 of our instrumentation class. So what we are going to go through this week is the daily anesthesia machine checkout sheet. Now this encompasses what we're going to talk about this week, which is the anesthesia machine checkout as well as troubleshooting. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get into it. This one's a little bit shorter than our last week's presentation, but still just as important. Okay, so our first task is going to be turn on our anesthesia machine. So we turned on our anesthesia machine. Our next task will be confirm that our ambu bag and bougie are on the machine. So we're gonna come back here, look, make sure our emergency ambu bag is on the back of our oxygen tank. And then we also wanna make sure that our bougie, introducer bougie, is present on the machine as well. Okay, so the machine is still booting up. So our next task will be ensuring that our suction is ready to go, which we talked about last week. So we're gonna come over, just make sure everything's all connected into our suction can. It's on patient, and then the vacuum is into the back of the machine. And then we wanna make sure that we turn it on and can actually hear the suction. So we know that we're good. We're gonna turn the suction back off, place it back on the machine, and then we're gonna open all of our E-cylinders and ensure that the tanks are full and verify the anesthesia machines have E-cylinder pressure. Now, we might not have any E-cylinders with pressure in them, so we're just going to imitate and just act like there's pressure in them, but we're still gonna be open them just to simulate that it's there. The 6th step is going to be check and ensure Sotazorb is present and not exhausted. So we're gonna come over here, look at the Sotazorb. You're gonna tell me that it's not exhausted, because if it's not purple, it's not exhausted. And then you're gonna take it out, make sure it's good, put it back in. And you hear that click, it's good to go. Okay. So our next step we're going to get into is we're going to start machine check. So from top to bottom, we want to do a full test, right? Because it's been 24 hours and we're at the start of the day, you just started your shift. So we're going to hit full test. You'll see the steps that pop up on the screen. So we're going to do as such. It says set the bag vent to vent. So you're going to switch it to vent. We're going to open the patient Y. So we're open. Calibrate, remove, insert the flow sensors. They have already been calibrated, and select start. So we're gonna hit start, and it's gonna run through its test. Now remember, all the things that we're talking about now are gonna be very, very important to the start of the case and the starting function of the anesthesia machine to get the actual case started. Okay, so now we're gonna follow our next set of instructions. So it says make sure our bellows are fully collapsed. So you're gonna look, make sure your bellows are fully down, which means they're collapsed. And then it says occlude the patient Y. So we're gonna take our Y, place it here to occlude it. And then we're going to select continue right here. And then it's gonna run through its full complete operation test. Now with the test here, the full test, it encompasses the vent and gas and the circuit leak. If you can do these individually, but usually in most facilities, we're either gonna do the full test or we're only gonna do the circuit leak, because the vent and gas is only when there's a low pressure leak, so we won't worry about that. The only ones I want you guys to worry about and focus on are full test. So right here, it says circuit leak is less than 100 mils a minute, which is our target. Now, if there was some kind of yellow error on there where the leak was more than 100 mils a minute, we would have to reset, reassess, and try to figure out what exactly went wrong. Is it the bag? Is it the circuit? Is it the Sotazorb? We kind of have to check and make sure that everything was good and ready to go for the patient to be on the anesthesia machine. So it takes a little bit, just making sure that it's going through all its tests. Right now it's going through the agent delivery, making sure that it's going through the system properly. And this is a very tedious process, but like I said, we want to make sure that the patient's safe. The actual test can take anywhere from, I'd say, 3 to 5 minutes, but 9 times out of 10 it's going to be on the longer side, just to make sure that everything's good. Some of the newer machines, they're really fast, and they can do the machine or check in about 2.5 minutes. So you got the bellows right now because it's checking our agent delivery. So basically the bellows is driving down to make sure that the gases are being compressed into the system. So we're good there. Our circuit leak is good. As you can see, our circuit compliance is 2.44 millimeters or centimeters of water. So that's good to go there. Okay, and you see we have an error right there where it says N2O flow control, no pressure. That's because we don't have no nitrous oxide going from the wall. So that's okay, that's good to go. But in the normal setting, this would say good to go, and it'll say okay. So don't worry about that, I'm good to go. So we're gonna hit accept, and then we're going to set our APL valve between 30 and 70, which is set now. And then we're going ahead and press start. Sorry about that. We're gonna go to bag, and then we're gonna press start. And you can see the bag getting bigger. So this is just verifying that there's no leak inside the actual circuit itself. So we're good to go there. And how you would know is it'll say all pass. So vent and gas pass, circuit leak pass, low pressure leak pass, and it'll tell you the dates and the time. The low peak pressure pass or test, we'll worry about that later, so don't worry about that for now. And last but not least, we want to make sure we have our IV pumps ready to go. You have your fluid warmer ready to go, and then you have your monitors. So you have your blood pressure cable, your SpO2, and your EKGs ready to go for the patient on our new monitor here. So this is going to be pretty much our test for anesthesia machine checkout as well as troubleshooting, and we will get into more and more exciting things on this next week. So I hope you guys enjoyed that, but this is what I'm going to be looking for on our next test, and we'll see you guys soon. All right, guys, so on the last part of our anesthesia machine check, we are going to do our low peak leak. Now, this part is going to be a part of the anesthesia machine as well, but I want to do it in a separate video. So what we're going to do is you're going to take off the hose from the inspiratory side. We're gonna place our green plug inside, make sure it's firmly snug in there. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna press low peak leak. You're gonna follow the prompts, put the plug in the right-hand port, select start, and it's gonna automatically run. You see right there, it says to exit the test, remove the plug from the right-hand port, reconnect this patient circuit, select back. So what we're gonna do is we're going to take this off, hit back with the switch, it's gonna verify the port is removed, the plug is removed, and you just successfully completed your low peak leak.